Hi there and welcome back. Dan again from Clean Guru. And today I just wanted to talk to you about an idea. Some rules are meant to be broken. Why did I do these little air quote things? Because, what really is a rule? Now, there are some legal rules. There are some things that your customer tells you that you really do have to follow. But sometimes rules are not really rules at all. It's just in our mind we thought they were that way. Let me give you an example. A member called in the other day and we were talking about kind of a difficulty he was having in trying to fill an account and keep it filled, keep it stable so that people weren't quitting. He's having a hard time filling an account. So I asked him to tell me about it. Well, it turns out, I think he said it was a 2 or 3 day a week account, and it was like 5 hours a night, and it was kind of a tough account to fill. It was a little bit out of his area. So again, 2 or 3 nights a week, and about 4.5, 5 hours a night to clean. Well, I talked to him about it. I said, it is interesting, we found that a lot of folks either like to work full-time, or if they're working part-time, 3.5 hours. We found that's kind of a nice amount of hours for someone wanting to add on a part-time job. Not that you can't find someone that'll go in for 4.5 hours, but we struggled with that some. So I gave him an idea. I said, listen, think about this. Could you take those, first of all, if you bid it at 5 hours rather than 4.5, maybe if you'd have bid it at 5 and you could have got it, then you have a little bit of flexibility. Because what you could do possibly is break the account up so that every day your person goes in to clean. Why? Because it might be more attractive to have to go in with 2.5 hours on Monday, 2.5 hours Tuesday, and so on all through the week, versus having to go in 2 or 3 times a week for 5 hours. So essentially, break up the cleaning so that your person can go in every night and not have to work so long. So they'd have a more steady, stable schedule. And then you might think to yourself, well, maybe the customer doesn't know about this. What will they think of this? Well, I said, you can go into your customer and say, I'd like to break up these hours. It's hard to keep it filled at like 5 hours a night. It's kind of a weird amount. It's not full-time, but it's not really part-time. It's tough. Well, the nice thing I had in mind, Mr. Customer, is that I break this up. So when I hire someone, Joe or Sally, let's say Joe, I can give Joe a steady schedule every night. So you're going to see him here after hours. He'll come in every evening. But he won't work 5 hours. He'll work about 2.5 hours, let's say. So he'll work 6:30 to 8, let's say. Did I get that right? No, 6:30 to 9. Let's get that right. 2.5 hours. So 6:30 to 9 or 5:30 to 8. And that may be a better schedule for him. The advantage to you, Mr. Customer, is that every night we'll be here. And by the way, now just for free, for extra, I'll throw in that we'll empty the trash every night and maybe even make sure you have toilet paper or hand towels. I'll check the bathroom. That wouldn't add too much time, let's say, just checking the bathroom. And that'll be every night. So that's kind of a nice thing. That idea is kind of outside the box thinking. But if we have in our mind that there's some kind of rule that we're not allowed to change things up, then it kind of limits us. Well, we were talking, and this member was pretty excited about it, and he thinks there's some real possibilities there. So sometimes think about whether something is a legal rule or a company rule, or maybe, on the other hand, you have some flexibility to look at it differently, to put together a schedule that might work. Now, this doesn't just apply to employees when you're trying to figure out job scheduling. It applies to a lot of things. Which things are really rules, and which things are rules that really could be broken? Think about it. Have a great week. Until next time, remember that you can do this. You really can.